Most of you are gamers, all right? And over the years, there have been many years that gamers have existed. They've evolved, you know? From the Mesozoic era to modern day. A lot of different terms have been coined, but we've compiled a big list of them for your enjoyment today, and we're going to rank them. We definitely might be missing some, and please let me know if we are missing any. But obviously, we're going to rank from S tier, which is peak Rikla peak, to F tier, meaning that I wish this term didn't exist, and I hope people stop using it because I actually die a little bit inside every time that I hear it. DDoS. I was DDoSed back in the day. When I was younger, because I was using TeamSpeak, okay? I was using TeamSpeak. One day, I think I was just talking trash or something. I don't know. They were like, oh, I've got your IP address. I was like, no, you don't. And suddenly my internet went out, and my brother was like, hey, the internet go out for you? And I was like, yeah, I know nothing about that. Oh, man, I don't know how that happened. Because I have nightmares with it, I'm going to put it at D tier. It's not a term that I hate. It's definitely something that I want to see stop happening. I don't want people to get DDoS anymore. Wall bang. I'll be real with you. When you cheat to shoot through walls and shit. Oh, I'm kind of neutral on that. I mean, like wall bang, it sounds like a cranking 90s kind of thing. So I'm gonna put that in C tier. Carrying or anchoring. I love these terms. I gotta be right. I like carrying or anchoring because I like being called a carry. I'm gonna put A tier because, you know, I like the term too. Like you're carrying and or you're anchoring. I also like the shout out to Jonah, dude, for making the little cards. All of these are so good. You got Jinxie in this one. You got oh my goodness gracious wall bang, and you got carrying or anchoring. Sisyphus pushing the boulder both sides. My dad works at blank. That's a classic. That's a classic. You see, like your friends like bullying you or being like, hey, oh, my Pokemon are better than you, and you're like, oh, well, my dad works at Nintendo and he's gonna delete your whole count, you That's going into S tier. That's going into S tier immediately because that is an absolute playground classic. Leet. This one is like before my time. I gotta be real. I've gotta be honest with you. I don't really know what it means. Can I be really honest with 24 years of gaming. From the womb to now, I still don't know what it means. I still don't really know what it means.
Yeah, it's old. It's like late 90s, early 2000s gamer term. It's basically another form of elite. So it's a compliment. It's basically just another word for elite. It's not fancy.
Oh, I don't know. I guess I never saw it in the context of an actual game. So I think that's
I think nowadays you just mostly see them in plan tags, but
people usually use it like post-ironically. But I'm like, I don't even know the original way, so I can't. You know what I mean? I can't join in on it. You know? But
I feel that. It's an antiquated term. I haven't used it in years, but
so it means elite, meaning it's a compliment. I'm gonna be so real. I've only ever seen people use it ironically, so that's why I didn't know what it was. It's definitely not annoying. It is B tier. We're gonna call this category mid. I'm just gonna call it mid. I'm just gonna call it what it is. I'm gonna shoot it like I see it. You know what I'm saying? Bridging. Does it mean like I'm bridging over to you with blocks? Is that what it is? I'm gonna assume that it's a Minecraft term, and if that's what it is, bridging. I'm indifferent to it. It's not an annoying term. It is what it is. It's a regular term. B tier for sure. Spamming. Chat. One of you enjoy spamming. I love spamming. Woo! Spam is some of my favorite things to see in chat. Spamming, A tier. Pay to win. Pay to win, in my opinion, is bad. But we're ranking the terms. If I'm ranking the actual thing of what it is, of pay to win, it'd be F tier. It'd be absolute slop. Pay to win. Nobody likes paying to win. If you're paying, you know, for the in-game items that make you have an advantage over everybody else who's actually just grinding at the game, you know what I mean? You suck. But pay to win as a term, I think it's fine. But I'm biased, and this is my tier list, so I'm doing what I want. He's cracked. I love this one. He's cracked is a really good one. I personally like this one. Also, I'm biased because it has Saul Goodman in the actual thing. I like that one. Buying GF, S tier, baby. It literally means what it says. People in RuneScape will say buying GF, and they'll like pay people to be their girlfriend in the game. Sometimes, more than likely, it's usually not a girl behind the keyboard, but you know. I done bought a few in my day. Hey, at least he's honest. You know what I'm saying? At least he's honest. Uninstall. That's a classic. That one's still used to this day. I like that term. I think telling people to uninstall is a classic. Get out of my face. Uninstall is a classic. That's a classic. GG. GG is everywhere, dude. People still say it nowadays. People say it in every lobby you go into, whether you're playing Modern Warfare 2, whether you're playing Roblox, whether you're playing Dress to Impress. You know what I mean? It's in every game. That'd be S tier for sure. GLHF. And it's got a buff guy in the picture because that's exactly what people who type GLHF look like. You look like a buff Giga Chad because you're being a good sport. The terminology when you're being a good sport, that goes S tier for sure. Delete System 32. I've got to be real with you. I've got to be real with you. I'm sorry. I'd like to apologize for that. It used to be funny back in like the early days of the internet because a lot of people didn't know what it means. Anytime that I see it in chat or I see it in a game, it's like, dude, shut up. Like, you know what I mean? Get that thing off the road, bro. Like, dude, stop. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna say please stop. It's not, you know, it's not pay to win levels of bad, but it is definitely annoying. So I'll put it in C tier for annoying. AFK. AFK is a classic. That's not hurting anybody. I like that. I say AFK all the time. I gotta go AFK. I'll be right back. You know what I mean? There's no harm, no foul with that one. Peeking. Peeking, I definitely would put mid. No harm, no foul. Like, it's not anything. You know what I'm saying? Farming or grinding. I mean, that's like a middle ground term. I'm not mad at that one. You know what I mean? I'm not really mad at that one. That's like, I mean, I use it, but it's also not like a term that I'm like, yeah, I rock with that. You know what I mean? I'm not like, yeah, I love it. I don't know. I'd say it's like high B tier. Camping. If we're going by what the term actually is, camping is an easy F tier because you if you camp, dude. You know the Burger Town? The Burger Town in Terminal, dude? There'll be a guy sitting in the Burger Town on Terminal, and he'll be behind the burger stand, just sitting there. Ah, dude. For that, it's going into F, specifically because of that experience that I've recently had. Noob tubing. Noob tubing is like you have the grenade launcher attachment on your gun. You just shoot it toward the enemies, and it's gonna hit somebody because it's a grenade launcher. Nowadays, especially because I'm playing Modern Warfare 2 again, I will say it's annoying, but it is not nearly as annoying as camping. Easy clap. I feel like some people say easy clap without referring to this. My question is, did it originate from the emotes? You got clapped, has been around for a fat minute, but I think easy clap is Twitch. Interesting. I like that. I'm gonna put it in S. I like easy clap. Lag. I hate lag. Nobody likes lag. Nobody likes lag. The term I'm indifferent to, so I definitely put it, you know what? I'll put it in C tier because it is annoying. Aimbot. If you aimbot, f you, dude. Big f you, dude. We don't like you. F tier immediately. Please stop doing it. We don't like you. Pwned. That is another. What am I looking at? What is that? What am I looking at? What is this? What is Roblox even about, bro? For real, dude. What is going on? It is like Unk level of word usage, but it is like the same thing as Delete System 32, where it's also just annoying. You know what I mean? It also is just straight up annoying. He's one shot. If it weren't for the amount of times that this has been screamed into my ear while playing a competitive game, I would say that this goes A tier. But because I have been screamed at, I'm gonna put it in B, but it's close. It's a real low B. It's almost annoying. Blank diff or blank gap. If you're saying it, it means like our support was better than yours, or it can mean that you lost because there was a tank diff. You know what I mean? For that one, I think I would say I'm kind of on the B tier for that one. I use this one every now and again. You know what I mean? Especially when I'm in a steamy mood, when I'm real riled up. You know what I mean? When I'm tilted a little bit and I get the win and I crank the win out, it feels so good to be like, yeah, tank diff, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm kicking another tank's ass and it's a close game, you go tank diff. Even though you barely won, it's a good feeling. But if it weren't for that, I would think this term is really annoying. If I didn't use it, then it'd be really annoying. But because I do use it, I'll put it in B tier. This character is op or broken. Op means overpowered. OP means overpowered. Broken, it's like a broken character. It's a good term. I'll put it in A. Throwing. Saying that somebody's throwing, it means you're throwing the game. You're like, you know, you're not well, you're throwing, you're feeding, is an A tier term. I like the term. I like the term. It's no GG, it's no GLHF, it's no easy clap, but throwing is pretty good. I like throwing a lot. I mean, I don't throw my game. What is this? Who is this? Who is this kid?
Hello everyone. Today we are playing Roblox. Where?
Why did you? This video has 200 views. And it's like, I like that you link this to me like, oh, how can I forget? Like I was supposed to know what this is. What? I'm not against it or for it. As far as FPS goes, I'd say that's mid. It's B tier. RDM. We gotta pull up the classic video, dude. RDM means random deathmatch. It's really not a term that's used as much anymore because TTT isn't really as popular, and its popularity got replaced by Among Us. I will say RDM for me is an A tier term. I definitely got to put it in A tier. Bot, B-O-T. Usually it's used as an insult, but it also literally means bot, like literal bot. I'll put it in A tier because I like saying that. I like calling people bots. It's fun. I gotta be real. Nerfed / buffed. It's like in the patch notes, you know, especially for like competitive shooters. Honestly, nerfed / buffed, I don't get annoyed by it. It's not really that bad. It's not a term that I'm like, oh, it's awesome or it's whatever. It's a pretty neutral term to me too. I'd say B tier. Hacksaw. We got another unk term, dude. Hacksaw. I gotta be real, okay? I gotta be real. It's not annoying to me when someone says hacksaw. It's kind of endearing. I'm gonna bump it up to B tier because it's not annoying to me. Reported. For me, reported, it's also a neutral term. It's another neutral term. A lot of these gamer terms are pretty neutral. Any % speed run. It's another neutral one for me, I think. Another neutral one for sure. Try hard. Saying try hard is kind of a dated term. It's not nearly as dated as like Delete System 32 or Pwned, but it is dated and it is kind of annoying. I definitely think that sweating is a higher term than try hard is. I'm gonna put try hard in C tier because try hard is annoying. People who say try hard, you're like 30 years old or older. Sweating is a more new term, and I like that one. I'm putting that one in A tier. There's a big difference between the two. Squeaker. I've gotta be so real. All of us have been a squeaker before. I used to be a squeaker, and I remember the first time I ever got called a squeaker on Xbox Live. I was playing Black Ops 1. The first time I ever got called a squeaker, I thought it was the funniest thing ever. And then, like, it's so funny because as a squeaker, I used to call other squeakers squeakers, and it was just like a whole paradigm. You know what I mean? It was the Ouroboros, the snake eating itself, dude. I used to call squeakers themselves, you know, as a squeaker. S tier. Now I've got a deep, manly voice. You know what I mean? So I'm no longer a squeaker, but do I love it? Was really funny. You join a lobby full of adults and they'd be like, oh no, there's a squeaker in there. And then like you'd go out of your way to be extra annoying because they think that you're gonna be annoying. Oh, good times, man. Oh, good times, dude. No re. That's going C tier for me, dude. GG no re. Fuck you, dude. F2P. Free to play. It doesn't really mean anything more than what it's saying. It literally just means free to play. That is for sure mid B tier. Oh my god. My favorite one on this entire tier list. And this is, I'm gonna be so real. This one word right here, Plox, is why I wanted to make this tier list. No joke. This one word is why I got inspired to want to do this tier list. One of you've ever heard the term Plox before ever. It is one of my favorite terms from back in the day, dude. It's like a 2012, like you are unk status. It is really, to me, it's really endearing. Like I used to use it all the time. Back in the day with when XD wasn't frowned upon like it is now. You know what I mean? You can use XD in any conversation, no one would bat an eye. Nowadays, us XD users, we gotta hide in the shadows, you know what I mean? PLOX or PL0X means please. You're asking nicely. Because this was what inspired the entire tier list, I'm putting this one in S tier. And I don't care what you say. MLG. I can't really talk too much shit on this one because I grew up with the MLG videos. If I hadn't, I would think MLG, Major League Gaming, which is what it stands for, I would think that it's annoying. But because I have hella nostalgia for it, I'm putting it in A. I'm an MLG pro. I'm a Major League Gaming pro. Back when like MLG was still a thing. Many people want to talk about Skibidi Toilet as like, you know, brain rot or whatever, but we got to be really honest with ourselves. We got to have a sit down conversation and be real. MLG was where it all really began because it was just a huge compilation of memes that went nowhere, that was just actual brain rot, that just was just noise to be noise. Damn, was it a good time though? You know what I mean? Was it not a great time? Dude, holy fuck, man. man. Dude, I'd be like waking up for school at like 7 in the morning, eating my Fruit Loops to these videos, dude. Oh man. Patched. Another neutral term. I'm gonna see which ones I can throw into neutral just because like they're already neutral. Patched is B tier. That's a neutral term. Damage boosting, B tier. That's neutral. Tank DPS support, that's mid. Iframes, that's also B tier. Those I can rush through. Bunny hopping, it's also a B tier. Dog water. It was funny when it came out. Then it started being overused very quickly. For the first time in like, I don't even know how many of them, this is going into F tier, dude. I gotta put it in F tier. Because dog water is like, it's actually like, please fucking stop saying it. It's one of those terms that just aged like milk. Like, actually. Doxed. It's not a term that I think is that bad. It's not an annoying term necessarily. It kind of is. It's like almost C tier. Almost. I'd have to put it in B, but it could go on either one of these and I'd be fine with it. But I would say it's annoying that it happens. You know what I mean? Get good. That's an oldie, dude. That is an unk status one right there, dude. That's kind of a stinker too. I gotta be real, dude. I would definitely put this one in. It's either C or F. I gotta be really honest with you. It's either C or F. Get good. It's like it's unk status, but it's also like even ironically, you can't use it. Like even ironically, it sucks. I'm putting it in F tier, dude. I'm sorry. Even ironically, it doesn't work. Smurfing. The term is fine, but the act itself is really annoying. Ooh, dude, we have a controversial one, dude. We have a controversial one. Wrecked. Get wrecked. You got wrecked. I am erect. It is a classic, but it's already had its time in the sun. But I'm going to put this one in A because I still like it. It's a classic term, and I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna defend it. I still like it. I still like it. Pre-fire. I'm neutral to that one. That's just a gaming. It's a regular gaming term. You're pre-firing. Like if you're holding a corner. Oh, someone in chat right now is sweating bullets. This is someone's actual address. 123.3134.121113. Honestly, just typing a random set of numbers into a lobby, that's A tier. Like, come on, that's pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, come on, you know what I mean? 360 no scope. This one's kind of tricky too because this is an old term where people used to be like, oh, dude, I'm gonna pwn you 360 no scope wreck, dude. Like, you know what I mean? It also is something you can still do where you can 360 no scope people in games. The 360 no scoping off high rise though, you know what I mean? Like, that's a classic meme.
Oh my god! Are they not recording? Are you recording, Crickshaw?
That's a proper 360 no scope right there. All right, because we watched all the videos, I'm putting it in A tier. I don't care. I don't care if it's dated. I don't care. I know I just gave a whole bunch of reasons as to why it should go lower than it is, but I'm putting it in A tier, dude. Ganking. What is this picture? In League, it's when the jungler comes into your lane and tries to kill you. Oh. Skill issue. Hot. Steamy, fresh off the presses tape. This one is only used by annoying people. Skill issue is F tier. It is actual F tier. I gotta put on a nose clip, dude, because the stink is absolutely singeing my nose hairs. SBMM. Skill-based matchmaking. Oh, dude, I'm learning new things today. I mean, that's a neutral one. Skill-based matchmaking, that's a neutral term. C9. Okay, if you don't know what C9 is, I'm gonna show you.
Short for Cloud9, is a reference of what is also known as the Cloud9 incident. It is when a team has the advantage in a fight and forgets about the objective or the payload, and as a result, you lose the advantage and can even cost you the game.
Yeah, I'm a little bit of an old frog. So, with that being said, I like the term. I gotta be real. I like the term because I use it whenever I play a game and no one's playing objective. I play objective. You know what I mean? I play the objective, so I get to call it out. I also get to call it out of my own teammates if they're not playing the objective also. So, planting. It's not really a term that I can have an opinion on. It's another mid-term. Flex players. What is... the term is okay. I'm not against it. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not like... I just don't want it around my kids. You know what I mean? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I would say it's the same thing as these three, tank, DPS, and support, so I'd put it up there with those. Alt F4. Okay, I don't know how I feel about this one. Every time, I will say this, when I'm streaming and I'm playing a game and I'm like, hey chat, how do I do this thing? I'm like trying to figure out an issue with the game. What button do I I press chat, and you get the, oh my god, you gotta hit the Alt F4. It's not funny, you know what I mean? Like, we're not laughing, dude. Like, hold on, I'm going to laugh. It never comes though, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't ever come to me though, you know what I mean? It used to be annoying when it fooled people. I mean, I don't know. The first time I ever heard it and fell for it, I was like, oh, that's funny. It's better than delete system 32. Yeah, I agree, because Alt F4, most people know what it is already, but I feel like people who say delete system 32, they're trying to be like, you know what I mean? They're trying to be like,
See, I know computers, and if you delete system 32, then
we don't care that you know how to press alt, that you know what deleting system 32 means, you know what I mean? Trolled. I mean, the majority of you guys are trolls, you know what I mean? Like, I gotta be real, dude. Trolled, S tier, dude. S tier. I think that's a generational one. That's never gonna get old. Ping? Yeah, it's another neutral term. It's like a B tier term for that one. Teabagging. Now, imagine that the cup is like your friend's face in game, and these are your in-game balls. I'm gonna be real, I don't think teabagging will ever get old. I've gotta be honest with you, it's going S tier for me. Teabagging will never not be a classic. I think that's an S tier. As long as you can crouch in a game, it's never gonna go away. Min-maxing. It's another neutral term, another B tier term for sure, another B tier. Your mom. Your mom is never, ever, 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 ever gonna get old, because until the end of time, until the end of humanity, everyone's always gonna have a mom, and there's no getting away from it, dude. Your mom jokes in gaming and in real life will never go away. That's S tier for sure. I don't have a mom. People can make fun of you for that, regardless of whether you've got one or not. Saying your mom invokes some kind of feeling for everyone. You know what I'm saying? Surfing. That's another neutral term. I would say another B tier neutral term. Is that leafy? I'll put it in C tier actually for that one. Noob. How do I feel about noob? That's like a cornerstone gamer term. Noob will always be used. I'll put it in A. It's not an S tier term for me because it's not as commonly used as it used to be, but I'll put it in A tier because I mean I definitely use it. I'll put it in A tier. NPC. Same thing as like bot. We're talking about this. I think we were talking about this Gen Alpha tier list that we did. If I had to rank this one, I mean I'd put it in A. I put it in A. I don't hate it. It's not mid. I definitely will use it. 1v1. I will say that's an A tier. A tier for sure. That was how you settled your beef with somebody. If somebody was talking a bunch of smack, you say 1v1 me. And the last one, last but not least, KYS, otherwise known as Kill Your Sorrows. Because the person saying this to you really wants you to be a happy person. They want you to kill the sorrow within yourself. They want you to kill the sadness inside you. No, I mean, it's kill yourself. So if I had to rank this one, I would put it in, please don't demonetize me. I put it in S tier. We're done. And that's about it.